Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. Again, my name is James Caldwell and I am working on my thing of I'm just saying, I literally am going to go through here. I know I didn't plan to actually do the whole series of Kandi's wedding. I did do a video earlier on about the fact of Mama Joyce being on the show and what part she played, because it was just so much. And it was kind of hard to watch of how she was actually carrying on. But again, as we actually move forward, I've been watching, and there's just so much going on that I really do have something to say. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do the video. And it just is what it is. We actually this episode went into the whole situation about the prenup. And actually, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're getting real close to the wedding here, and the bachelorette party and the bachelor party. So we're going to cover all that stuff. That's the stuff that was actually covered here. We started off. We got Kandi and Mama Joyce down at Derek J's salon. So we're in there. You can kind of see the dynamic between Derek J and Kandi and her mom. He's pretty much a closer friend to them. He has that whole hairdresser thing going on. I'm a hairdresser too, so I know that whole hairdresser dynamic. A lot of times people kind of just pull you in like a family member, and they talk so openly that I guess that's what they actually have going on there. There was still, again, hard to watch, a lot of stuff being said about Todd. And it's just over and over and over again, you're hearing this Todd is an opportunist and this, that, thing, and the other. And Kandi made a good point when she said, when people keep saying that, it's just like people feel like all I have to offer is money, you know. And I can imagine that sometimes hurts her feelings. And I would definitely be tired of hearing, you know, that my man is an opportunist and this, that, and the other and all that. At this point, fuck it. Let it go. It is what it is. This girl is going to marry this boy. And whatever they have going on, they just have going on. They need to let that shit alone. Mama Joyce, literally, I don't even know what to say about this woman. She literally just sits around making excuses for her bad behavior. And it is exactly what it is. Fucking bad behavior. She carries on. She says whatever she wants. She didn't sat up and accuse Miss Sharon, of being drunk. And Kandi's like, Mom, she wasn't drunk at the dinner when they had the big fallout. And Kandi's like, Mommy, she wasn't drunk, you know. And how the fuck would Joyce know whether she was drunk or not? Because how the fuck could she see her liquor over her liquor? Because Joyce, I swear, Joyce be just as liquored up, honey, the way she acts. Nobody act like that sober, carrying on and saying all that crazy cryptic shit she be saying. But it's just, I don't know. It's just a mess. It's a mess. And anyway, for the whole reason that they were actually there at the salon, I could have actually seen Kandi with that hairdo, with the hairdo from Coming to America, with the pullback and the twist up and then the big curly ponytail. I could have seen her doing that because I'm running ahead here, but I didn't really care too much for her hair. The way her hair was when the wedding was actually done, I thought it took away from the dress that she had. So I really could have seen her following it all the way through and actually wearing that hairstyle, but she decided to do something different. But yeah, I could have actually seen that. I could have seen that going along with that thing. Next, we actually run into the actual Kandi and Todd are talking about the actual party and setting rules, which nobody's going to follow, setting rules for what she doesn't want to see and what he doesn't want to see. She said she didn't want to see him getting sucked and grinded on in any extracurricular kind of way. He said he didn't want any flipping and licking. He didn't want her to see her being flipped around and licked on and everything like that. Well, the worker is, these are the things that actually goes on at bachelorette parties. There's going to be some flipping, sticking, licking, some grinding, and all that. Basically, Kandi didn't even do all the things that Todd didn't want. But Todd, you basically fucking did everything that she said that she didn't want you to do. You did all that. So whatever, it was what it was. That was just a dumb little conversation that they both knew that they weren't going to follow anyway. So moving on. Todd finally gets a lawyer. Kandi has the prenup drawn up. We're not going to go back and forth on this video like they did because they spent too much time going back and forth about the fact that there was only 48 hours before the wedding that the document got drawn. Fuck all that. It is what it is. You only have 5 weeks to do the wedding. Prenups don't just write themselves up in a day or two. So it is what it is. We're not going to spend all that time on that. Todd ended up going with a lawyer that is Nene's lawyer, who drew up her prenup. Okay, that's a plus. And also he was Portia's lawyer. Now that threw up a question mark because you guys know I think Portia is a motherfucking idiot. So anything that Portia did, I would be questioning going behind because she's just a motherfucking idiot altogether. So wherever she's been, I kind of wouldn't go. But I'm sure Nene had her business taken care of and her business was together. The man, Randy, his name's Randy, he was going through and he was saying that it was basically kind of lopsided. You know, there were a lot of things that weren't to Todd's benefit, and he suggested that he didn't sign. There was some clause in there about if him and her aren't getting along and they decide to break up, he has 30 days to vacate the premises. Also, if she dies, he gets nothing. It kind of sounds like a classic, you know, what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine. That's what it sounds like. Here we go again with this lopsided situation. And so, in some ways, it's going to be lopsided because Kandi has a lot of money. Todd doesn't have as much money. So definitely there's going to be some things where it is lopsided. I don't know about this 30 days and you get out bullshit because now, you know, we think Kandi's nice. We see Kandi, but there's another side to Kandi where Kandi's a mean bitch too. You know, she is a mean streak. Once she ain't in love with you no more, I can imagine that Kandi is a mean motherfucker. So now you got to deal with every time y'all get heated, you know what I mean? Because people are going to do that. In a marriage, you're going to do that thing where you get upset. Y'all are not always going to be happy. And then it's not going to always be an argument. Then boom, everything's over. No, you're going to go back and forth. You're going to do all that. You know what I mean? You got a good marriage going on. You're going to do all that. There's going to be more times than not that he's going to be having to leave for the night or going to another part of the house because their house is big enough to just go to another part of it. You ain't got to leave, really. But to think I can't argue with this bitch or get upset with this bitch because then she snap out. She always got the upper hand. I'm going to always have to get the fuck out. You know, legally, I'm going to have to vacate the premises. That's kind of rough. You know, and then the whole thing of you die, I get nothing. That's some bullshit in itself. You know, I'd have put up with all your bullshit and then you go and cash in your motherfucking chips and leave the casino and I'm left there with nothing. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. You know, so I don't know. I'm like, Kandi, it looks like your lawyer's trying to pull one. And again, I start seeing, I'm looking at her facial expressions. I'm looking at her. I'm seeing Mama Joyce. You know, I'm seeing question marks about the money and that kind of thing. What are we doing here? What are we doing? You know, if it's such a big issue and y'all are so in love, why don't y'all just say, fuck it, do a prenup. You get what you have and leave with it. I get what I have and then don't y'all work together no motherfucker more. But who would put those stipulations on it because they work so well together? But I mean, the way that they're going back and forth, you know, it's a question. Should we actually be getting married? Do you not really believe the things that people are saying? So it's kind of like that thing. But I'm seeing a lot of control freak in Kandi. And it's not that's not a bad thing. You know, she's got a lot of assets and she's worked very hard to get them. So it's not all a bad thing. It's just such a toss-up. But I think that contract needs to be redone. That prenup is a little too lopsided. Little too lopsided, too much in your favor, Miss Kandi. And again, you know, I told you I don't always think that you're always fair to Todd, you know. But it is what it is. Todd is a pushover. He's a pushover. I see it in him. And right there is where I'm going to go ahead on over to his bachelor party. Todd is a motherfucking square, okay? He really is. Kandi's the party girl. Todd's a square. You know, he did break the rules of what it was that he wasn't supposed to do this bachelor party, but come on. And you're sitting around talking about Nigga Nida and goddamn Peter doing the party. You knew that there was going to be some bumping, humping, grinding, ass, elbows, and all of it was going to be in. So it was what it was. But you could just tell he was so uncomfortable. He wasn't even comfortable. It looked like all of his friends were having more fun than what he was actually having. You know, he's worried about his waves breaking. I'm like, Todd, just shut up. Just shut up, Todd. But I think Todd's a square, and it's cute for him. That works for him. You know, now, Kandi, at her little bachelorette party, we all know Kandi is an undercover nasty girl. You know, and she ain't that far under the covers. The covers are just, you know, up to her eyebrows. She a little nasty girl. And that we love that about her. Kandi at her party, they start right off with like penis drinks and little penis popsicles and carrying on. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Candy coated. Let's get it, you know. Then the one thing I did see that I did love, I saw Aunt Nora and Miss Sharon together. And, you know, I said I was loving that little partnership. They were having a great time because I want to go hang with Miss Sharon, my goddamn self. And after this, watching Aunt Nora, I want her to be there too. They had cut-ups. Cut-ups. Because they was taking, they had, like you do a Jello shot, well, they had penis shots. And Aunt Nora and Miss Sharon were literally taking it to the head, honey. They were getting down with their little penis shots. I said, you girls better cut that out, honey. Let me find out y'all some old hobnobbers from back in the day, honey. But they were having a great time. Mama Joyce decided not to come. Thank God. Thank God. Because didn't nobody need her up there with her motherfucking bullshit fucking up the party. So thank God. And then the other aunt, I didn't see her either. The heavyset aunt that's always leaning toward Joyce. She wasn't there. We didn't need to see her either because they were going to be party poopers. So all the right girls that were supposed to be there were there. Then my girl Phaedra rolled through. I love Phaedra too because Phaedra's a hot mess. But Phaedra rolled through. So we're trying to see what kind of stripper after Ridiculous. So I was like waiting to see what it was that Phaedra was going to do. But I knew Phaedra would always outdo herself with something. She didn't come in there. Now, I don't know what the actual name of this group of strippers that she's actually dealing with. But they're little people. They're little people. And they were, it was females. It was all females. And they not real built. You know, they're not real built. The first bitch that come through, she's real cheesy. She had a lot of little cellulite things going on. And she was doing her little thing. She's a little person. And she had moves. That bitch could twerk and get down. She had moves. But the funniest thing, this bitch was getting down. That bitch got up on that table and turned her motherfucking monkey ass over and stood. She went to go stand on her head and the fucking table tipped to the side. That bitch said, bam, and hit her forehead, and the slid down the table. I said, ooh, shit. It was hilarious. Hilarious. All the girls was like, oh, my God. And they didn't know whether they should laugh or what. She got absolutely fucked up. But she got right up and went right on over and fell in another split. I said, look at her. Look at her. She's a little motherfucking midget trooper. She was getting it. But that bitch falling on her head tickled the fucking shit out of me. And then there was this other one named China. That bitch looked like she had 5 kids and had just got there from dropping them all off at the after-school program and put on this outfit that her big ass had no business being in. And that bitch was hitting it. And everything was everywhere. It was just too many things. That bitch went to shake her ass out. Blah, 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 blah. It was a mess. It was a mess. I said, this is just too much. And she was giving very much carpet muncher tease and carrying on. But they had a good time with her. And she was cutting up. Aunt Nora going to lean over and say, that's your money, girl. Get your money. I said, oh, Nora. Let me find out, Miss Nora. Let me find out, girl. A mess. But that was, you know, Kandi's party. It was cool. And I think it was probably for the best that there were actually no male strippers because you don't want the wrong pictures being taken. You know how that goes. People would love to get something on Kandi. They really, really would. They would love to get something on her. So I was kind of, glad they kind of did that. It was entertaining. It was funny. It was a whole lot. And it was perfect for reality TV. We got a chuckle, and that was cool. Next, we move on. We go to the rehearsal. It was the actual rehearsal the day before the wedding because they're really winding this shit down. Joyce is in a confessional. She talking shit on the way in, talking about Sharon going to be nice. She better be nice because she'll be okay today because she's hitting the lottery. She's still fucking reading. Steadily reading. But she came in, Mama Joyce looked real nice and everything, but she was just Mama Joyce. She's just as shady and curt as ever. The venue actually looks great. The dancers look pretty well rehearsed and they're getting everything together. But the only problem, goddamn Todd Kandi wasn't really even speaking. Because after he refused to sign the prenup and they wanted to go back and forth, they were literally just in a bad place. You know, nobody wants to be in that place the day before a wedding. You know what I mean? But they were like, damn, they're not speaking. And they're like, well, we'll just go ahead and walk down the aisle and then we'll just tell everybody, you know, that we're not getting married or whatever. So we got to wait till next week to see exactly what's going to happen. They kind of wrapped up there. Now, let me just segue right on over here because Kandi was actually on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Kandi literally spent damn near the whole half hour upholding her mother's bullshit. Waste of a motherfucking visit to New York City because we've been through all this. We've been through all this. So people were calling in, you know, and it's the same old thing. Kandi is not going to talk smart to her mother, and she shouldn't. Her mother is whoever she is. Mama Joyce ain't just start being bitchy. Kandi's used to it. They go through that, and that's what she was saying. You know, we ain't speaking right now, you know. And Miss Sharon's upset, you know, about the whole thing. That's the one thing in that stuck out to me. Miss Sharon was upset because now she's watching like we're watching, and she's seeing some of the things we're seeing. She didn't know Mama Joyce had said that she was a hoe. Because Kandi only told Todd one part of it. She told Todd about the father part about him being a pimp. She never told Todd that Mama Joyce said that Miss Sharon was a hoe. So that was probably smart. And Andy was asking why. Kandi was dancing around. You knew why. You knew the fuck why not. You know, because if anybody called my mother a hoe, how they had that little dinner and they were able to squash it, had Miss Sharon known that she had been called a hoe, they would have been able to squash that. She probably would have yanked Mama Joyce's ass across that motherfucking table. And that's why Kandi only told the part that she told. You know? So, I mean, because it wasn't going to be good. That wouldn't be good. The fact that you called me a whore and said I was a streetwalker, that wasn't going to be good. That's why Kandi only told a part of it. But Kandi even was trying to uphold that bullshit. Well, you know, I think that they say things about each other. That woman ain't called your mother no motherfucking lady of the night. Now, she didn't do that, Kandi. She didn't do that. Sharon said that your mother needed medicine, and she do. And she the fuck do. But she never said anything that derogatory like that about Mama Joyce. So cut that shit out, Kandi. That lopsided shit. But I don't know. It is what it is. Thank God for Todd. Todd, you got a hell of a life ahead of you, buddy. But I noticed that. And then, you know, Andy Cohen. I love Andy. But baby, that faggot is shady boots. Shady boots. Because he did this little insert where he showed Mama Joyce in a past season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, back when she was trying to talk to her. Sheree was still there and all that, when she was trying to get all the girls together and have them to squash their differences and all of that. And he made it very evident. This is the old Mama Joyce, and this is not the Mama Joyce that you're seeing anymore. And then he showed Mama Joyce in full regalia, acting a motherfucking fool, and she was giving, you know, what she gives. And you don't tell me nothing, and ain't no violence, you know, all that shit. It's like two completely different people. Andy, you are a shady motherfucker to even put that up on there. And Kandi, I don't know if you caught it, but baby, Mama Joyce has just been read. He read the fuck out of her. But whatever. So that's it. Basically, that's where I'm going to wrap up at. I thank you guys for clicking on the video. I guess I'm going to keep on going. And shouts out to my friend on Twitter, Commander-in-Chief at Thankful87. He's the reason that I actually went ahead and filmed the video instead of just keeping all my comments to myself. So hopefully you like the video. Hopefully you other guys like the video. But you can thumbs up it or thumbs down it. You guys know how that works. Definitely leave me comments. I love when you guys give me comments and then I know what's on your mind. You see what happens. You get a video because Commander-in-Chief told me what he had on his mind. Boom, I go and I did the video. So I love the camaraderie back and forth with the people who actually do watch the videos. Definitely. You can follow me at Twitter at SpillItBoy. And I will see you guys, I guess we'll go next week because there's going to be a wedding. So we'll be seeing what's going on because I know it's going to be full of mess. It's not going to be nice nuptials. I can't even imagine. I'm sure there's going to be some booze shit going on before they finally do get to say I do. You guys have a great night and I will see you soon. Later, guys. Bye-bye.